Hey all, this is Striker Dark Rider with
Last Will.
With the coming of Iceborne, and because we've been meaning to do this for how long now?
A bit.
Quite a bit, yeah. It's we've been meaning to do this video for quite a bit, but we have his top 5 monsters he wants in Iceborne. Now we know that a lot of information's come out already, so a chunk of the roster's already been released. However, there's still some space left, and hell, if at least one of these, probably he wants the first one the most, but if at least one of these can get on the list, it will be amazing. Because, funnily enough, 2 out, like, Nagakuga and Rekadios, sorry, both of them were on my list and actually did get released, so there's a chance he could actually get one. So these are the top 5 monsters he would like to have introduced into Monster Hunter World.
Number 5!
Alright, so the first one is
Camellias.
Now, yeah, I have to agree with him on this one. Camellias is an amazing one. I had a look into this. Camellias actually is probably the one of the most...
prankster.
Yeah, he's a prankster, and he's one of the only monsters I've seen that can steal your shit. During the fight, he has a wiki sticky tongue that steals your items while you're fighting. He turns himself invisible by breathing mist out. He does poison. So, he has like a menagerie of things he can do. However, the key point of why he should be in World is because Camellias is actually part of a trio. Trio of elder dragons that should be in World, but are not. Where you have Teostra, Deora, and Camellias. They're actually part of a trio from a previous game. However, we got 2 of them, but we didn't get Camellias.
No love with the chameleon here.
It's like, why? Like you've
got the ancient forest.
Yeah, like probably while we've been speaking, like somewhere down here, somewhere. Like last time, literally from the moment I said his name, you would have seen his trailer, like for showing. And yeah, you already saw that. Like exactly what he said. He's a trickster. He's an ambush creature. Turns invisible, and if you're not careful, you're just gonna get eaten. But it's fun. Plus, hell, he has that nice but creepy chameleon vibes, and he even does, as he's walking, he does like that little swivel sway. There's not really much there's not much you would have to do to implement him, just like, of course he has a weird tail, and other than that...
They're bringing in the frickin' T-Rex with a blade tail.
Yeah, but like, T-Rex skeleton technically is in World, but that's not to say like there's...
Look at Pookie's tail. That's an odd looking thing.
Yeah, but Camellias ones have like this big flat with many things coming out of it, so like that's the only reason why I can see that they might not. However, the tongue is there with Pookie, the body shape is similarly there, they just have to tweak some things here and there. Hell, they don't even have to make him sway. Like how Barrios got some new moves to make him more saber-toothy. So he got his own identity for World, so maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But now moving on to number 4.
I don't know how to say his actual name, but I call him Frog Shark.
Yeah, he's talking about Zam Trios. Now, anyone that's played Generations Ultimate knows of the last one and this one. But especially Zam Trios is a little bit even more unique than Camellias. Well, because it's not only a shark with legs, it's actually an amphibian shark, so it's got the bulkiness of a shark with a full-on great white head, but it's got the like full-on limbs so it can walk around. It has ice breath, actually does like ice cannonballs. When it gets pissed off, apparently...
Ice armor.
Yeah, when it gets pissed off, suddenly gets ice armor to spike up ready. Like you're probably seeing his trailer or something. It can swim through the ice like a shark, or it can swim through ice and water. But probably the most unique thing apart is the fact there's a reason why it's an amphibian shark. And that's because when it gets angry, it has the ice armor. But when it's pushed a little bit further after that, that's when it inflates, and it literally becomes like a gigantic balloon shark. It's freaking hilarious. If you haven't seen it, I'll probably see if I can place like a little clip of it, like down there straight after the trailer. If the trailer's already done, I will. But if the trailer's not done yet, well, we'll see. Like, I'll try to put it somewhere. But yeah, it inflates, and it's so dopey and it's funny. And
it's just fucking a shark, and it's a amphibian shark with like goes.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, we actually don't have any shark creatures, which we should have. And plus, Zam Trios' actual four-legged type state isn't that hard to implement. It's kind of like there's already a few skeletal structures in the game that have its look. They literally just have to put two certain skeletons together and they have the shape. So it's not that hard. But at the same time, we'll see, because at the moment the only, like, apart from the lava dickfish and normal dickfish, we haven't got actually any proper fish and or amphibian proper monsters in the game. I mean, monsters that look amphibious don't count because most of the ones, like, look at the game currently. There literally aren't any ones that are primarily around and based on water other than the dickfish and, well, the upcoming Pookie, which can't count because, well, it's technically not swimming. It's not a swimming creature.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that moves on to number 3.
I kind of saw him and I loved him because I like Aztec stuff.
Najarala, he loves Aztec, and this is a nasty piece of work that...
What I saw from my head when I saw him first was, wait, so he uses sound, he uses wind, and he looks like that. It's freaking Tutu Khan!
Yeah, it,
Aztec God of Storms.
I won't go into all of its abilities because it has a few, but its main lovely ability is the fact that it can shoot its scales, pretty much like the scales that are on its tail and stuff. It can shoot them similar to Nagakuga when it flicks its tail, but not as violent and not as many, and the scales are like so much bigger. But the scales are sticking to the ground, and then what he does is the scales that are current on the back of his neck and the back of his head, like the crest, he can actually vibrate them to a point that will create a frequency to literally make the other scales explode. So you have shrapnel currently being literally on the ground, similar to like Uragan's bombs, but that he can launch at you instead of just dropping on the ground. So you have that. It's a fucking snake. We need more of that. There are technically only 3 snake wyverns in the game that literally consist of... I think there's only actually 2. There's this flying winged one and Nadral. So, I mean, it's a snake. Come on. How is there not a giant snake monster in the game so far? Really, people.
World.
Well, in world, yeah. I mean, really, people. Like, I fucking love snakes. I'll say it. And, like, I completely agree with him where he's like, this isn't only a giant snake, this is a giant snake based on Aztec. And it looks so fucking cool. It's probably even sparked your interest because it has the parrot beak.
That too.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was number 3. So, now we're on to number 2.
In your list, you had an Elder Dragon.
Yeah, I had an Elder Dragon on mine. So, of course, he had to have an Elder Dragon on his. And originally, we were making this list, when he told me he wanted to add Dalamadura to his list, I was like, something that big? I don't really think so. And then, well, first off, you had evidence, like with the Rotten Vale being littered with not only one gigantic one, but a few little Dalamadura skeletons, because the Rotten Vale...
And inside Odie's little hidey hole, there's little blue fire things like from his meteor.
Literally the Rotten Vale is a Dalamadura body and a few little ones in there as well. The most noticeable one is if you go to where Radhaban sleeps, you will notice that where the water area is in his butt. If you look at the edge of there and then slowly look up, that's actually you're in one gigantic mouth.
And where the Valazark sleeps, you're in one what's a bit smaller, because if you look at his entry where you guys have to enter in, there's a skull where you can drop 2 teeth down.
Yeah, so it's like there's a few things like that, and the reason why I didn't think this was going to be in the game is because, well, it's giant and not really plausible, except for the trophy list being released recently that's made fan theories go freaking wild, because there is one that's been released called Discover the Mysteries of the Old Everworm. Now, let's face it, if anyone knows their mythology and anyone knows like the way people in past used to name creatures, usually in a lot of mythologies a worm was usually evolved as a snake. Like, they usually are, like, long snake-like creatures are usually what they would refer to as worms or something like that.
And when you say Earth Eater, he kind of ate mountains and erased them.
So the old Everworm, well, yeah, it makes perfect sense in a way. Like, this could be completely wrong, but this is just the fan theories that are going out everywhere. And it's the reason why it's kind of been more plausible the more that we talked about this list. And to be honest, in a way it is, because you don't need it technically if you want to do something like discover. It's like you're learning about the mysteries of the old Everworm. That doesn't mean that the one that you find is an old one. Imagine if the one that died in the Rotten Vale had laid eggs and something happened to wake them up. And now,
like the hatching of, I don't know, Xenodriva.
Yeah, I mean, like, now you could actually have... You could literally see a smaller, more... like I'm guessing the size of, I don't know, Jagras, or a Anjanath would be a baby Dalamadur, or there's a lot of fan theories of what could happen and probably introduce Dalamadur. I don't think they'd have a full-size one, because that's a siege quest much different than anything that the world has at the moment, and given the way how much animation it would take, it's not... It doesn't seem like something that would happen, but it's
not really there. But the baby Dalamadur sounds a good idea.
Yeah, it's plausible that something might happen with Dalamadur. By now you've probably seen the trailer, so yeah, it's an interesting creature. I liked it. I think that it won't... I really don't think it will come to World, but there's so much evidence now that people have fan theoried over the moon about it. So, like, people could be wrong, it might not be introduced, but you never know. So now, on to his number 1.
I want freaking Malfestio.
Yeah. See, this hasn't changed the first time we did... Like, we actually did this video a long time ago, but the file actually got lost, so that's why we're doing it now. But just like then, Malfestio is his number 1, and for 3 reasons. First, it's an owl. He fucking loves owls. Like, beyond loves owls. Secondly...
If it wasn't illegal to own one in Australia, I would have one.
Yeah, secondly, it's freaking gorgeous. Like, if you ever look at Malfestio, like, if you ever get Generations Ultimate, or you watch someone play it, and you see them play Malfestio, it actually, like, its armor set, not bad, but But
the monster itself.
The monster itself looks beautiful. It's like this demon jester owl. It's like, funnily enough, the armor that gets given to your Palico for Zora Magnaros, that demon jester, that seems like a kind of style of that would go perfect with...
If anyone's seen Assassin's Creed and ever done the multiplayer, there's a character who's called the Jester. That's literally the armor looks like in Monster Hunter World.
Yeah. But like...
But I'm more looking at the freaking monster.
Yeah, so it's like the... Malfestio just looks absolutely gorgeous. I think it's a great thing. But probably the third reason why it'd be such a great addition...
I really, really badly want to see a Enclave get hit by his confused beam.
Yeah, because...
That would be hilarious to watch.
Because the third reason of why he's so good is exactly that. Malfestio is currently, as far as I've seen, the only creature in the game that actually has a new status called the Confusion status. Which literally is exactly how it sounds. If you've ever played a game where you're forced to reverse the controls of your controller, that's what this thing does. When you're hit by its confusion attack thing, for the time that status is active, all your controls are reversed. So up is down, down is up, left is right, and you get the point. Everything is reversed. I don't know how the attack and all that go, but literally everything's mixed up because you're, well, confused. Which, for some, like, that would be an amazing challenge. Like, that would be a legit challenge. Because you'd have to think of, like, how much of an annoyance that would be. I mean, for fuck's sake, you've got dual bladers that now have to, like, they're usually muscle memory zipping around. Now they have to worry about, like, making sure they do everything in the opposite way. You have insect gladers going into freaking madness as, like, now they have to relearn everything for a limited time and then go back to what they were used to. You have
charge blade is even my weapon. How much time you actually have to pull back and do charge things with the weapon? Doing that real fast would be fun.
Yeah, it's like so many weapon classes would actually have a ball with this. The only one I don't see getting really affected is the heavy bow gun, but that's only because, like,
you stand and you shoot.
Yeah, you stand and you shoot. Unless, like, they reverse, like if they reverse their movements, sure, that's not that hard. I mean, light bow gunners might have a more difficult time because they're running around slipping and sliding like morons, but hey.
To your own weapon.
Yeah, to each their own. But yeah, it's like, so those three were reasons alone. Like, I know one kind of biased because he loves owls.
Ow.
But the other two, I give a justified reasons. And it's not like his skeleton would be that hard. You have bird wyverns in the game, and you have creatures similar to his scale. Because, I mean, you have Pookie, for instance. Pookie, like, he's got pretty much the wing flaps and everything, just changes up it. Like, you've got, if you had a, like, halfway point between him and, I guess, Legania. Like, the way Legania flaps its wings and stuff, and the way it moves. If you had, like, just, like, a little bit of tampering there, you would have Malfestio's move patterns and skeletons. Just except for, like,
the tongue.
Yeah, one of the things they'd have to change, though, is, like...
the size of him.
No, Mephisto has this thing where, he would attack at, like, while he's flying, he can just go, like, slam down, and then his body looks like it expands out a little bit as he slams down.
Great Jaguar's stomach thing, when he does it, it spans outwards.
Yeah, but that'd be, like, another skeleton you have to mix in, so a weird combination. At the same time, you've, the reason why that would be also interesting, because, like, that's...
But when he does it, that does a little confusing thing as well.
That does the, powder, that does another status, because he also has sleep.
Oh yeah, that's the sleepy powder status.
Yeah, you have he has raise. There's even the deviant, which can turn invisible, which is beautiful. So yeah.
I saw that one too, I want that too.
So yeah, that's his number one, and that hasn't changed since the last time because, by God, does he love Malfestio. Like, really loves Malfestio. But yeah, so that's his top 5 monsters that he wants for Monster Hunter World. We hope you liked it, and it's been a long time coming since we should have done this video. Like, we should have done this video like long time ago. We kept forgetting to redo it.
Yeah.
But like, at least now we got it done before Iceborne hit, so that way...
Yeah.
There's a chance 4 out of 5 of these might get introduced. I still have my doubts on Dalamadur, but like, Camellias has like a 10-20% chance. Zam Trios, 10-ish, 20% chance. Malfestio, high chance if they're willing to. And what was your other one? The Aztec snake, that has a decent chance if like they're willing to. I don't know how they decide which monsters are coming through. I'm not too fussed on some of the subspecies that are coming out, like the Viper Kadashi and the, let's face it, Black Puffball, the Black Paluma. I don't get me wrong, they're cool, they're pretty, but I would have preferred like new monsters reimagined and done right in world, because by God, that would have been amazing. That would have given us more, goddammit, more.
Screw Shrieking Galliana.
Yeah, Shrieking Legania was one of the ones that I'm like, we didn't need you, we didn't want you, fuck off.
I hate them more than anything.
I mean,
here.
what made Monster Hunter World creators think that like they looked at base Monster Hunter like world and be just like, let's look at all the creatures people like. Okay. So first off, everyone does like the Jagras, even though everyone literally just beats the living crap out of him and calls him fuckboy. Let's make a mission out of him where he is actually useful and give you shit tons of gems. Everyone like that. We need another one.
And it's an iceborne, and it's iceborne. It's ice. Don't we have that stupid bird in the Coral Highlands?
Yeah, it's just like we want to keep this train going. I mean, but after the Great Jagras, we had great success with making a tempered lava dick fish that no one wanted nor needed nor like ever. I mean, we could have had Agnactor, but that's a different fucking story.
He's sore about it.
Oh, how I am sore about that. If you want to know, go check out Monster Hunter Agnactor and see what we could have had before we got the frontier dickfish, the lava dickfish, which spawned the water dickfish. Oh, how I hate the lava dickfish. We could have gotten something better. Moving on from
the blazes.
Moving on from that, it's like, we got that, no one wanted that mission, no one needed that mission, and it's like, we got some success from that mission, what shall we do? Base game, let's look at all the monsters people like. Look at monsters people hate. Lagania! That seems... Wait, Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Yes, let's pick this one. What should we do? Put on the same tier as Devil Drill, that 2.5 scale, where it's going to be faster, stronger, do even stronger and different ice attacks this time. Instead of just powder, they're going to be spikes. Yes, spikes!
Everyone loves spikes.
And let's make it so that way it's 10 times the dick it originally was. Because everyone likes Lagania. Now!
Especially someone who's doing their weapons and armor and never gave me webbing.
Yeah, the first time... he got it eventually, but the first time, unlike myself and many others, when he first played Monster Hunter World, yeah, he had to go through like 40 different hunts before he got the Lagania webbing he needed to just make the armor set. And by then he only had it on for like a few days before he got a better armor set. It was so not worth it.
Oh, you got chuckles out of it.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit? Bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, but no. So
and then when it came to gems and everything else, I get tons of those things.
But yeah, so we hope you enjoyed the video so far, my friends. We have plenty of others. If there's any other Monster Hunter videos that you would like to know about, like, I don't know, if you can think of a top 5 Monster Hunter video that you want one of us to do, if there's a Monster Hunter video you want, there's Monster Hunter stuff that you want us to cover that isn't involving Iceborne, because I'm not in the loop but as much as everyone else, so by the time I know stuff, it's already on like 7 different YouTube channels, so ignore that. But yeah, if you want like any chatting about the Monster Hunter game, or if you just need advice, let us know, because we have played it ridiculous amounts of times, because it actually is a really fun game.
Oh yeah.
And I went into it thinking I was gonna hate it. Oh, it was...
He was wrong!
Yeah, I got it as a gift. I'm like, alright, this is gonna be another one of those multiplayer games, let's fucking try it. 1 week later, I fucking love this game! Here we are, over a year and a half later.
Yeah, there's a video on our channel too.
Videos? There's a fucking series of us playing Monster Hunter World with our female characters. And there's like...
Gonna be Iceborne.
Yeah, it's gonna be Iceborne later.
Another video might be coming up. Iceborne's. It's gonna be fun.
We just said that!
I know.
We're gonna release Iceborne videos. New videos coming up! Iceborne. Okay, enough. So, leave a like and subscribe, my friends, check out the videos, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.